And nothing gets complete without a chartered accountant by name Ratnam, who probably advises and is a tax consultant of the wife of Mr. Karunanidhi, third wife of Mr. Karunanidhi, Rajati Amman. This is the theatre. And it is all about a technology-based business. And unless you understand the core of this business, how profitable it has become, how it is perhaps the most valued investment in the whole world, unless you understand it, we can't understand the scale of corruption, the intensity of corruption, the intensity of the pursuit of the licenses which led to this corruption. We can understand only if you understand how this technology-based business has become one of the most powerful generators of money. You see, everybody talks about 2G. 2G is nothing except that it is an improvement over 1G. It was not called 1G. There was no 1G. It was just a wireless phone, a cell phone which was in use. But this 2G became an improvement in technology. It is like the Boeing jet operated by Air India. And the 1G technology is like the our local Paramount Airways with smaller jet, not being able to connect to different places. This 2G technology brings about roaming, can have international roaming. That is the technology which all there. No one anticipated India to become such a powerful 2G spectrum, the 2G business operator in the world. And just to give you an idea, in the year 2001, the cell phone subscribers in India were 36 million. In 2007, when these licenses were being considered for issue, 240 million, we have 300 million in 2008 when these licenses were actually issued. And now 594 million. And in March alone, the addition was 20 million. 2 crore subscriptions were added in just 1 month. This is a cynosure of global investment. And so there was a mad rush when the government felt that there should be more operators because there are more subscribers. This business became a huge business. But this cell phone doesn't operate just like that. It requires airwaves to operate. And the airwaves are not just freely available. They are attached to the land. Like land, they are limited in supply. And they are being used for strategic purposes. In fact, civil use of airwaves was a very later development. They were used only for strategic military purposes. Even today, the commercial use of the airways is because the army is forced to release it. Army is forced to release the strategic national resources of India, and it is being sold in the market at rates which are not even 1/10 of the market rate. That's the point that is going to make. The airwaves are costly, irreplaceable. You can't improve it, you can't multiply its supply, and so it has to be priced in a fair manner, especially when it is yielding huge private profits. But what is the government doing? In all this, there is a primary reason responsible. There is an industrial group in India, I can name it Reliance Group. They entered into the wireless license, the cell phone license quite late, because cell phone business quite late. But they said, we are not doing any cell phone business. We are only providing cordless telephone in the streets. They brought in one CDMA technology and said, we are not really giving you any cell phone. We are giving cordless telephone attached to the fixed phone. So they began multiplying. Suddenly they gathered some 5 to 6 million subscribers without paying any license fee at all. And it became a catastrophic development. It completely upset the power balance, that is the balance between the different people. And the government in 2001 had to take a decision. They were unable to stop this. They could not allow this to continue. With the result, they formulated a fixed license policy of charging about 1,650 crores per license. This policy was devised in 2001 when the total subscriber strength in India was 36 million. The issue in 2007 was, Mr. Priyanka is here, I must congratulate that because of such honest people only, this became an issue. Otherwise it would never have become an issue. People like him insisted that there is such a huge shift in the profile of the business. It has become so unimaginably profitable, you cannot be selling it. It is not 5 times, 7 times the value at which these licenses were sold in, spectrum was sold in 2001. Now we have to charge a higher amount. It has to be an open bid. You cannot do it on first come, first served basis. This is the stage at which Mr. Raja becomes the telecom minister in May 2007. And he immediately begins initiating steps. At that time, Mr. D.S. Mathur was the secretary of the telecom department. He said, nothing doing, we will not allow this to be done. And we want a transparent licensing policy. Then, on September 24th, this is the most crucial thing. The DOT issues a circular that till September 2007, 24th September, they issue a circular that by 1st October, that is 7 days from then, anybody who wants to apply for license can apply for license. You know, till 25th September, 232 people had applied for licenses. In the next 6 days, 375 more applied for licenses. You can understand, these are not ordinary people, these are big corporates. Each one capable of paying hundreds and hundreds of crores of bribe. And this is the extent of licenses. 575 is the total number of licenses. Then on 24th, when they issue this circular, the law ministry takes the position on the 1st. These are the 3 dates are very, very critical. On the 1st of November, Law Minister Bharadwaj says this procedure is unacceptable, even for Bharadwaj. This is unacceptable. And he said there should be an open bid. Then he said it must be a group of ministers should look into it, and we will not. We should not allow this process. We cannot clear this. On the next day, this is on the 1st of September 2001. On the next day, November 2, at 8 p.m., Raja wrote a letter to the Prime Minister saying this man knows nothing, and I am giving you all the details. As to what I am doing is what the previous government has done, and that is only fair and gives all the security in this process. The third part is discovery, judicial intervention. You know, one person with whom I had some association because I knew this industry from 1996. I studied this industry very carefully. Actually, the second, the non-metro policy for cell business, in which I had some contribution to make because I had studied this business. And one friend who had made a lot of money in this business, he said, "Sir, this country is being looted." He is a businessman. I told him, "What do you value these licenses to be?" "Sir, the government says it is 1,650. I value it 17,750 per license. The difference is 16,100 per license. The differences for 9 licenses come to 1,45,000 crores. This I am saying in 2008. After 2008, 300 million subscribers has become 600 million subscribers. I told him, have you got the guts to make this offer to the government? He made an offer in writing to the government that I am willing to pay 17,750 crores, and he filed a writ in the Delhi High Court, and the Delhi High Court considered this, and the Delhi High Court quashed the preponing of the date and said this is illegal. Even if the Prime Minister had said yes to it. This was the judgment of the Delhi. See what happens later after the Delhi High Court gives the judgment. The company which made this offer, they had telecom in 3 circles. The telecom ministry forces those circles to close down on issue of national security on the 5th of March 2010. This fellow is stunned. He goes and says, he is told, come on, you withdraw the letter, the offer which you have written, and say you are satisfied with the telecom ministry's allocation of licenses. He writes the letter on the 8th of March and that letter is produced before the Supreme Court, and before the Supreme Court take this letter and dismiss it, one activist by name Dr. Subramanian Swamy went and told the Supreme Court, I am challenging it, and so that Supreme Court is not allowed to dismiss the, allow the application of the SLP of the Telecom Ministry against the judgment of the Delhi High Court. That is how the issue is pending today. So the loss is at least 150,000 crores. And who are involved in this? If you look at the records, yes, there are people involved, but we don't know who are involved. That is what the Radia tapes reveal. Radia tapes are very clear. I will read only a few paragraphs out of it because it's a huge document. I wouldn't like to take the time of all of you. From the conversation, see what happened. The Income Tax Department kept 9 telephone lines under surveillance during the period from August 2008 to July 2009. During this period, they had recorded the conversation. And what those conversations say? They speak about the telecom issue. They talk about Mukesh Ambani wants to take over Haldia Petrochemicals. He doesn't talk to the Prime Minister, he doesn't talk to the Petroleum Minister, he doesn't talk to the West Bengal government. He asked one Tarun Das, who was the CIA Secretary General, he tells him, come on, please do something about it, and Tarun Das rings up Neera Radia rings up the CPM MP and arranges a meeting and all these cases are going. Mukesh Ambani wants to file a public interest litigation against Anil Ambani. Neera Radia is. She goes and there is a system. Through a networking of people, she is able to identify the most honest NGO to file this petition. The NGO does not even know that Neera Radia is behind it, or some Mukesh Ambani is behind it. See how networking at various levels. Cho Ramaswamy, who is a very well-known intellectual journalist in Tamil Nadu, he directed and produced a film by name Mr. Sanatan. In that, Sampath will give money if somebody wants money. Sampath will conquer somebody through bhajan. He will conquer somebody through jyotish, through astrology. Anything in which you are interested, that will be offered by Sampath. So Sampath claims that nobody is beyond my reach and nobody is beyond my capacity to buy. It is not necessary that somebody can be bought only by money. He can be bought by astrology. So, the honest NGO is asked to file a suit and it is filed. So, you can understand how. And Radia says, don't worry, I will ensure that after the formation of the ministry, Raja becomes the telecom minister. And you know, Mr. Ratan Tata tells her, somehow prevent Dayanidhi Maran from becoming telecom minister. See, one of the most honest and respected industrialists of this country cannot take his telephone and tell the Prime Minister. He has to tell a farmer. So the meaning and the extent of corruption, the reach of corruption, the definition of corruption has become now peddling of power at various levels. And the considerations exchanged are not corruption, consultancy fees, and there are various names attributed to this. And so you cannot really charge, Mr. Law will not be able to charge somebody with corruption. If I have paid consultancy fee, what will he do? In law? I am directly taking it by check. So now, this has completely exposed that she worked to get licenses for 4 people, and the licenses, and she was able to get advance information about what the policy is and give it to the people who are the beneficiaries. This is all on record today. But the media is keeping quiet. And the media cannot proceed beyond a particular point because biggest advertisers are involved. enemy is pinched. They can't do anything. They will go to something else, some child labor is there, some rape case is there. Then they will highlight. They are only interested in the news at the moment. There is no Ramnath going on today who will pursue corruption continuously for 5 years. Face arrest, jail, 300 cases, prosecution. There is no one like that. One man can change the situation, one media can change the situation. Today the position is the entire political system seems to be compromised. With practically no political party as the exception. Otherwise, on this one issue, this government, if it doesn't fall, it has no answer. And this whole thing is pending before the Supreme Court. There are 3 issues pending. One is the cutoff date right? If the cutoff date is wrong, the entire licensing is quashed. Second, CBI investigation is going on. They have registered the case in 2009 October. Now the issue is proceeding. And Subramanian Swamy had filed an application to prosecute Raja 18 months back. And see what happens with this application. He filed an application with the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister forwarded the application to the Secretary Department of Telecom, and the Secretary for Department of Telecom forwarded the letter to Raja himself, and Raja wrote a personal letter to Subramanian Swamy. I have heard honestly, why are you pursuing me? So you can understand how an issue of corruption in which and that is one of the things questioned in the Supreme Court. So we are laughing. But if you think a little, we are laughing only to reduce our pain. Today, if 1 lakh crores is available to the government of India, they will be able to tackle the petroleum prices issue better. They will be able to see the 3G licenses. 3G is a very, very difficult license to handle. It is not going to give the kind of money which a 2G license is going to give. Still, it has given you nearly 100,000 crores, they say. On that basis, the 2G licenses must give 200,000 crores. It is not revenue. It is sale of property, rare property, irreplaceable property, which the government has criminally underpriced. And at least 10 to 15 to 20,000 crores must have been shared between different people, including by people whom the Prime Minister cannot defy. Thank you very much.
I think a brilliant exposition, Gurumurthy ji, we are very grateful to you. While people have read in the newspaper in bits and pieces, a good number of traveling disinformation, grey propaganda, trying to cover over the most of the facts. But today it is everything that is said